So today let's start to explore some other concepts. Um, See, there are two paths that you can take in your life to get something, to explore something. There are basically two paths. The first one is the path of conquest, that is taken by science, and the second one is the path of surrender, that is taken by religion. See, suppose you have got uh, okay, so suppose you have got a flower and you want to know why this flower is so beautiful, why this flower is so extraordinary. Extraordinary means you will say a flower is not extraordinary, but when you will see its beauty, how actually it gives the fragrance, it's a life, right? So every life is extraordinary. So when you will try to understand why it is so beautiful, why it is so, when you will try to understand the why, there are two paths to understand the why. There are two paths that is usually taken by human being to understand the why. The first one is the path of conquest. Means if a scientist wants to explore, wants to know why this flower is that beautiful, he will pluck the flower and he will take the flower to his lab. And what he will do, he will dissect it, he will put different chemicals on it, he will gather that what, how it is made of, what are the chemicals that has been used to make this thing, and what are the physical parts, obtains the chemistry of the flowers. But see, when you pluck the flower, when you dissect it, when you actually try to understand the flower, when you try to understand the flower, what actually happens is that what actually happens is that you murders the beauty, you obtain the chemistry, you know how the flower has been made, you know what are the what is the chemical constituent of the flower, but you murders the beauty. When you pluck it, when you dissect it, the beauty disappears. As soon as it has been plucked, as soon as it has been dissected, the beauty disappears. This is the path of trying to know something forceful. But there is another path that has been taken by religion to understand something, and that is the path of surrender. That is the path of prayer and patience. You actually bows down, you actually surrender yourself, and by the path of conquest, by force, you won't be able to get to the soul. The more you try to win over it, the more you will get away from it. And the only way is the path of surrender. Surrender means you completely give every control, every power to the Almighty, to something that is beyond you, to something that is much bigger than you. Completely surrender. You bows down. You surrendered your weapons and you bow down. You're patient. You actually give up everything that you possess. You don't possess anything, but you give up the idea of possession. You give up the idea of mine. That is the path of surrender. See, if we will talk about, see, if you have ever seen a seed, according to me, a seed is much more beautiful than a diamond. The whole world may find it contradictory because a diamond in the market is much placed much higher in the priority in the terms of monetary cost, but a seed has a life in it. एक हीरा मुर्दा है और एक बीज जिंदा है. यही फर्क है उन दोनों में. और यही एक बीज को एक हीरे से कहीं मायने में ऊपर रखता है. A single seed has a life, has a potential to be a full grown tree. And from that tree, other hundreds and thousands of seeds will form. And from those seeds, more trees and more seeds will form. So a single seed has the capability, has the capacity, has the potential to make the earth green again. If there are no trees, if there is nothing in the earth, a single seed can again make the earth green. That is the potential. But a diamond, you keep it, it will be there for years and years. But it doesn't have the capability, the capacity to produce life. So that is, and see, here comes the distinction between poetry and mathematics, logic and surrender. There is something beyond logic. Art, and science. You have a mathematical question. If you understand the mathematical question once, it's finished, it's dead. Why? You have got the formula, you have got the understanding of the complex mathematical problem. कितना भी complex हो वो mathematical problem, once it is solved, it is done and dusted. You have got the concept and you know it will be solved again and again in the same pattern, in the same concept. May how much complex it may be, it doesn't matter. But poetry is different. You read it once, you get a different flavor. You read it twice, you taste something new. You read it thrice, you get to know some more concept, some more inner meanings. The more you read, the more it reveals itself. It's not that one time you have read that and it's done. No, that is not the thing. It कितना बार भी पढ़ो उसे, तुम्हें नया कुछ मिलेगा. And that is like the seed and the diamond. Yeah, the diamond is important. It is valued higher. Its cost is much more, such as the mathematics is complex, maybe complex. In our society, it is valued much higher. But the seed or ordinary poetry have something very different to that. So see, actually, I am not saying this. I got to know about these things in a video of Osho. It's from the Shiv Sutra discourse. So the priest versus the revolutionary. There is a story that once there was a very good doctor in his city. He has great renowned name. Uh, he has a lot of patients and he earns pretty well. And he wanted that his son to be a doctor too. So what he did, he made admission of his son in a reputed medical school, and after about 6 or 7 years, his son came back to his hometown. Then his father told that, yeah, son, I'm proud of you. Now you are also a doctor like your father, and I'm very happy. So I will give you a task. I'm not going to be in this city for 3 months. I am planning for a tour. And as now you are a doctor, I am giving you the task to handle my patients. The patients that I have been treating, take care of them for 3 months, and I will come back and again start taking care of my patients. The son said, okay, and he actually did what his father said. His father came back after 3 months, and his father saw that all of his patients, though those who were ill, now they are completely healthy. Now they are completely fit. His father said, "What have you done? तुमने ये क्या कर दिया?" His son said, "See, father, you have been treating this patient for more than 35 years, but within 3 months, I made them healthy. I made them fit again." His father became angry. His father is saying that you didn't get the thing. You think I don't have the potential to cure them. I do have the potential. I know how to cure them. But I'm not doing that because this is my business. And once they will be cured completely, I won't have any business. Where do I get the money from? You have had studied in such a prestigious medical school that cost lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Have you ever wondered from where those money came from? From here it came. So that is same like the priest wants you to stay spiritually stick to maintain the business of temples, like the doctor's son who cured the lifelong patients, ruining the family business. Priests don't want you to be spiritually free. Maybe. I'm not talking about everyone. It is a general perception and it is said by Osho. Priests don't want you to be free. They want you to be stick around. They don't tell the truth to you. They will tell something. They will tell something that will satisfy your ego, that will not connect you with your true self. They will say something that you will like, that that will be sweet like honey. तुम्हें उसका लत लग जाए, तुम्हें सत्य की मार्ग में चलने के लिए वो नहीं बोलेंगे, तुम्हें जो कड़वा सच है जीवन का वो नहीं बोलेंगे. And there is the mystic, the bringer of fire. This one is the real guru. He wants you to be completely dead of the self that was curved by the society, that was feeded by the society. Demands the absolute death of your current identity so a new consciousness can be born from the ashes. He wants you to burn your old identity completely, and a new identity will be born from the ashes. Until and unless he will kill the self, what is mukti? Mukti is the understanding that there is no one to attain mukti. There is no one to be enlightened. है ही नहीं कोई. यही समझ है enlightenment. So the mystic wants you to be dead. He wants you that you either understand that the self has nothing, or expand the self so largely that it engulfs the whole creation. Buddha said, I am nothing. It kills the ego. And Krishna said, I am everything. This too kills the ego. When you are everything, you can't be separated from anything, and there will be no ego. And when you are nothing, there is no ego at all. तुम हो ही नहीं कुछ, तो ईगो कहाँ का. और अगर तुम सब हो तो ईगो का स्थान नहीं मिलेगा रहने के लिए. I, the ego of I will disappear because you're everything. Consciousness is the self. Everything else, your wealth, your family, or even your body, is not yours. इधर जिंदगी का जनाजा उठेगा, उधर जिंदगी मेरी दुल्हन बनेगी. अतल से मोहब्बत का दुश्मन है दुनिया, तभी तो दो दिलों को ये मिलने ना देगी. The consciousness is the self. You are not the one that is present in the past. 2 मिनट पहले जो था वो मैं नहीं हूँ. 2 मिनट बाद जो होगा वो मैं नहीं हूँ. I am in this present moment, in this present instant of time. I'm not the mind, I'm not the body, I'm not the organs. These are the instruments or tools that have been given to you to explore the world, to sustain the reality, to, to remain in the society. But these are not you. Your wealth, your prestige, your family, your body, the wall of death, consciousness. See, whatever death can separate from you was never yours to begin with. Whenever you came in this earth, you came with nothing and you go with nothing. है क्या तुम्हारा? तुम्हारे पास है क्या? The family that you consider to be yours was not there before you were born. The wealth that you consider to be yours was not there before you were born. The body, the organs, the prestige, the respect that you demand of, the fame that you want was not there before you were born. And death at a instant will take away everything from you. तुमसे ले लेगा क्या? है, था ही नहीं तुम्हारा. What is truly yours can never be taken from you. और जो तुम्हारा था ही नहीं, वो कोई लेगा कैसे? So you have only one thing, that is the consciousness, and you are the consciousness. You are nothing more than that, you are nothing less than that. You are the creation, you are the consciousness of the whole universe, you are the source of the universe. So you are trying to gather everything in this material world that death will take away from you. So gather something that death cannot take away, that will be truly yours. See, there is a loop we everyone are trapped on. We born in this world. After birth, we go to school, college, job, marriage, children, putting our expectation into our children, death. The same boring loop, the same monotonous loop we are going through every day. Everyone is going through this. But you truly never live your life. You, from birth until death, you try to collect as many things as you can, and after you die, you want your children to keep those things, and your parents will die too in that manner. They will not live their own life, they will try to fulfill yours. They're trying to fulfill yours because you are their children. Here comes the part of the ego. मेरा बच्चा है इसलिए मैं करूंगा. So the thing is the self, the ego expansion, the spouse, children, nation, all those things come up. So So repeat this loop, but every time you are doing something, you just remember the fact that I'm not the doer, I'm just the observer, I'm the consciousness that is present in the moment. I'm nothing more than that. And this simple thing will get you to truth. तुम्हें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि तुम नहीं कर रहे, तुम सिर्फ देख रहे हो ये सब. You are nothing more than an observer. इधर जिंदगी का. See, there is a concept that concept of donation. If we think you have you have seen people who will tell in front of you that no, I'm nothing in this earth. I actually, I'm not, these are not my achievement. They are just given by God to me. Maybe they're true, but some of them will just are just telling you these things because they want to project an image that I am humble, and that too feeds the ego. That, see, I have those many things, but I still remain humble. That is not the true acceptance of the reality that I have nothing. No, they know that I have all those things. They haven't accepted it yet that I have nothing. They know that I have those things, but in front of people they will try to be try to show that they are connected to the earth, they are grounded. And if you tell those people that yeah, you actually don't have nothing, they will get angry at you because they don't want that. They want you to say that no, you have so many things, you are so humble, you are so good. That thing they want praise from you. That's why they are telling you. So until and unless you know the soul, until and unless you know the inner self, you cannot donate, you cannot charity, because you actually are not donating, and you don't have the power to donate because you do not possess anything actually in reality. So the only task you can have is to understand the self. I'm not going against donation or charity here. No, for they are very good tasks. But don't do those things to get praise. Don't do those things to get anything in return. Then it will be a business. It is not love. Love is something you are doing, expecting nothing in return. That is love. And you cannot experience love until you have experienced your true self, your true nature, that you cannot possess anything. See, there is another story. What is like what is true awakening and what is escapism? if you will today, you will leave everything that you have completely detached everything that you have given everything to the society, and you go to the Himalayas. There is a story that a monk gave up everything and went to the Himalayas. And about years later, 2 decades later, somebody told that your wife died. He was in Himalayas, and then he told, "Oh God, thank God, my wife died." So he said, "Oh, thank God, my wife died." Why he said that? Because although he escaped from the society 20 years ago, but the society was still in his head. फिजिकली उसने छोड़ दिया, बट मेंटली उस वो नहीं छोड़ पाए. स्टिल his wife was his wife in his head. So that's why he told, "Oh God, छूटा." मतलब I got relieved that my wife is no more. So until you can stand in the middle of a crowded market and still be completely detached, and you still meditate, and you can in a cave in the Himalayas that is completely calm, that is beautiful, that is the perfect place to meditate, and you can still create a chaos in your mind with the thoughts of the attachments, and still create a chaos, and you can't meditate. The external surroundings play no or very minute role, but the internal awakening, but the internal conditioning, how you are internally, how your mind is at peace, or is in chaos, that actually matters the most. You can have crores and crores of rupees in the bank, you can have lakhs and lakhs, you can have expensive mobiles, houses, everything, but still you can be a monk. How? Because you know that those things are not mine. I am the consciousness, and after death everything will be taken away from me. These are the temporary things. I am a rented I have rented those things, and I am using this. These are to uplift the quality of my life, nothing more. So so the thing is, escaping society is not awakening. Running away only proves the world still holds absolute power over you. Awakening must happen exactly where you stand. तुम्हें कहीं भागना नहीं है, तुम्हें दौड़ना नहीं है. जिधर हो वही वही अपने मन, अपने भीतर को देखो. Then you will understand yourself. Then you are truly awakened. See, what is the tragedy? We knew everything. हमने सब जान लिया कि there is atom, you split that atom, you get neutrons, protons, electrons. You split the protons, you will get everything we know via science, but we haven't till now explored what is the truth. हम उसको उसको नहीं खोज पाए. Why? Because the path of conquest cannot get you to the truth. Forcefully you cannot go to the truth. There is a path. The path is of surrender, is of flow, is of love, is of is of consciousness. The path is of prayer, not power, is of request, not anything else. So I guess that's enough for today. And that's it. Thank you. Bye bye.